So you want to start making amazing Roblox builds. Well, don't worry, I have 5 building tips just for you. Let's begin. Okay, so I have this build here, and it's not bad by any means, but there are a couple things that you can change to really elevate it a lot. And first, we're going to start with the props used. Now, just by looking at it, there's really only like 3 to 4 props that are used, which is this crate, this shelf, and this floodlight. A nice way to add variety is just simply adding more props, different props, and scaling them, sizing them, and changing them and whatnot. Okay, so I have this little asset repository that I usually just copy and paste out of, just a quick little way. So I'm just gonna add in a couple of shelves to spice up the scene a little bit. Did you know that not even 5% of people who watch are subscribed? So if you find this video genuinely helpful, then feel free to absolutely smash that subscribe button. Okay, back to the video. I'm just gonna do this for a couple of different props, just to add some variety and such. So now I'm gonna add in some crates and some boxes. When I'm placing props, I usually just slightly tweak the rotation and scale, so nothing looks too uniform. Now, a lot of things I see in Roblox games are empty shelves. Now, what's the point of having a shelf if you don't put something on it? So I would just recommend, if you have a shelf, at least put a couple of items on it to, break up the scene and add some nice variety. Now, an important thing to understand is that you don't want to spam random assets, because that can quickly decrease performance and look messy. I would just recommend creating a couple of assets that you can use across a large variety of scenes, such as boxes and crates. Now you might be thinking, these assets sure do look good. Well, you can find most of them on my Ko-Fi store. So if you want to save time and support the channel, you can find the link in the description. Also, the shelves were made by my friend, so shout out to him. Okay, I think this looks good enough. The next thing we will be working on is the lighting. All of these spotlights should be emitting light in a straight path like this. So let's just fix that real quick. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add in a part in this light. Find the part, drag it down, bring it over here, scale it down a little bit, make it transparent, add in a surface light to this, do something like that. And also increase the brightness of this light. Okay, once you create a light that you're happy with, you can just copy and paste it all over. Now, when I'm placing lights, one of the things I focus on are the shadows. You can create some really cool effects and build realism by having nice shadows. For the next thing we're going to go over is the materials. Now, you can probably tell that there's a whole lot of this same rust material. So I would recommend using a different one to just spice it up a little bit. For materials and textures, if it's obvious that everything uses the same texture, then the scene begins to feel dull and repetitive. So by simply adding another type of texture, it amplifies the scene a lot. Okay, next we're gonna break up some of this empty space back here, as well as changing just how the environment looks. So you can add like a wall or something to break up just how people can see it, so people can't view the entire room immediately on entry. Let's add some, visual interest around the scene. So just add some crates, some walls, just to break up how the room flows. Okay, so I didn't like how that guy explained it, so I'll rephrase it a little. So imagine you have a simple square room or an open hallway that'll be very boring to look at. So I recommend adding a wall or a stack of crates, just something that'll break the sightlines of the room. This way the player can't see everything in the room at once and has to explore around a bit to see what's behind a wall or something like that. The next thing I see a lot in Roblox builds is an empty floor and ceiling. So I'd recommend just adding little parts, little pipes, maybe some decals on the floor, some stains, just to add some variety and some visual interest to the floor, because it's often overlooked, but it can really bring a scene together. Yeah, so here I'm just placing decals. I'll actually link the decal pack I used in the description. Decals are a great way for breaking up materials and adding some variety. Now I'm working on the ceiling pipes, and for those who don't know, a pipe is a hollow tube used to carry liquids or gases. So yeah, I throw one on the roof and add some little extrusions to it. Okay, so this is basically the finished product. I'll probably go back and change a few things, but let me know what you're thinking if you have any suggestions. Okay, goodbye now.